to another one, you guys. If you were new to the channel, my name is Andrew with Younger Volvo in Hagerstown, Maryland. For more information on our inventory, please feel free to check out the link in the description box below. So today we're in the brand new 2026 Volvo XC60 because there are plenty of changes for this model year. You get a new reworked front grille, reworked taillights, new wheel options, new color options, larger infotainment screen, repositioned wireless phone charger, just to name a few things. Also, of course, this one is still built and assembled in Sweden, which you gotta appreciate. But ultimately in this video, we will be testing out and going over everything about this one. So having said that, what do you guys say? Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. And as always, let's start with pricing. And so there will be a few different trim levels for the 2026 XC60. You got the core starting at $49,700, which is a $1,355 bump from the 2025 model year. Plus, it's going to go for $54,300. Ultra, being the one we are in today, going for $59,650. And then you got the Ultra Black Edition, which is new for this year. That one goes for $60,800. But regardless of the trim level that you go with, the power plant on the XC60 is going to be the same. Powering the beast is a 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder with a mild hybrid system. This one puts out 247 horsepower, 266 pound-feet of torque. Power is going to be sent to all 4 wheels through an 8-speed automatic. 0 to 60 time is going to come in at approximately 6.5 seconds, with MPG numbers coming in at 23 in the city, 29 on the highway, taking premium unleaded fuel. And so before we do this acceleration test, I did want to first mention to you guys the drive modes. There's actually a drive mode button located on this new infotainment screen. We'll get to that later, but essentially you have the steering feel firm mode and the off-road mode if you wanted those. I'm going to go ahead and put it in steering feel firm because I love a heavier steering feel. And let's now go ahead and find a straightaway. Let's put this acceleration here to the test, and let's see how quickly we can get our new 2026 Volvo XC60 here up to speed. All right, found our straightaway here in 3, 2, 1, go. Woo! There it is. Boom, 60. All right, plenty of an acceleration once you get higher up in the RPMs, but wow, there was a massive delay there for some reason. I don't think I've ever experienced that with the mild hybrid system with Volvo before. I don't know what it is with this particular one, but there was definitely a delay there, unfortunately. So there is a little bit of turbo lag, I guess you could call it, as just experienced here in the XC60. But again, once you get higher up in the RPMs, you're definitely not going to have any issues emerging onto the highway. But little disappointed there. But to go along with that acceleration, as always, braking is equally important. And so up front, you will find 13.6-inch ventilated front discs. In the back, 12.6-inch solid rear discs. As far as that 60-0 stopping distance goes, that's going to come in at 118 feet, which is a brilliant number, absolutely. As far as braking feel goes, yeah, that's fine. Definitely on the firmer side of things. Instantly brings you to a stop. So 100% big fan of the braking feel. And that 118-foot number, that is a sports sedan number. Typically you find in the mid 120s for SUVs. I've seen as high as like 139 feet for a 3-row SUV. So 118 feet, definitely on point. But then touching on suspension and handling, up front you're going to get a double wishbone type front suspension. In the back, integral link rear suspension, front and rear stabilizer bars. Overall, as far as ride quality goes, in my short little test drive here today, I think we're on probably the smoothest road in the world right now. So ride quality is on point, let me tell you. But honestly, it's been perfectly fine in my short test drive here. The other thing is the steering feel. I absolutely love this steering feel firm driving mode. Now you can put it in soft, and that's more of a traditional SUV kind of feel. But if you put it in firm, it instantly points you in the direction that you want to go. It feels like a sports sedan in that firm steering feel mode, and I am a huge fan of that. I always prefer a heavier steering feel, so big fan of that Volvo, thank you. As far as cabin noise goes, we're going 57 miles per hour right now. I'll shut up here for a second. I think it's pretty good. Now I do have the air conditioning on, so you're gonna get a little bit of that noise, but very serene cabin. Not a whole lot of wind noise at all coming into the cabin. No road noise either, so 100% on point there. Taking a look at rear visibility, looking at my rear view mirror here, which happens to be frameless. A big fan of that. I can see perfectly fine out the back. The cool thing is with the rear visibility is if the second row is not in use, you can actually fold down those second row headrests, and that gives you much better visibility, so you don't have those 2 little headrests popping up there. I got one up and and one down right now. It's kind of funny, but I do like that Volvo did that. The other thing is with forward visibility, since this is a Volvo, of course, rain sensing windshield wipers do come standard. So whenever this thing detects any kind of mist or rainfall, it's going to automatically turn on those windshield wipers for you. So one less thing you got to worry about there. And since we have the Ultra trim level with us here today, because this feature is only for the Ultra, you do get a head-up display. So right now I'm looking at my speed limit, and it's going to project safety features up there as well, better helping you keep your eyes on the road so you could better enjoy the drive here in the XC60. But that pretty much rounds out the performance segment of this review, you guys. Let's now go ahead and take a look at the exterior of our brand new 2026 Volvo XC60. All right, so here she is, you guys, the new 2026 Volvo XC60, finished in crystal white, in case you were curious of our exact exterior color name. But by the way, there are 3 new colors for the 2026 model year. You have Forest Lake, Aurora Silver, and Mulberry Red, in case you wanted the latest and greatest. But as always, let's go ahead and start with where the XC60 is made. Taking a look at the VIN, first character is the letter Y, indicating that the XC60 is built and assembled in Sweden, Torslanda, Sweden. Hopefully I said that right, in case you were curious. But anyways, let's go ahead and start up front. You do have a reworked, larger front grille with a new design. You guys, if you remember last year, it's a bunch of kind of rectangular designs within the front grille, and now it is larger with kind of these diagonal lines to kind of tie in together with a lot of the other lineups. So that is pretty cool. I kind of like it. But to the sides, LED headlights with LED Thor's hammer daytime running lights, of course. Automatic feature. You also get automatic high beams. So if you have your high beams on at night and it senses a vehicle coming in the opposite direction, it's going to automatically dim them back to low beams. And when that vehicle is gone, it's going to automatically bounce back up to high beams for you there. And then just below it, you guys can see at the very bottom portion of that front bumper, you will get LED fog lights then as well. But really good looking front end still. That pretty much rounds out the front end though. Let's now go ahead and swing around to the side. All right, so now since we are around to the side of the XC60, starting up top, you're either going to get gloss black or silver roof rails. Same for the window surrounds, gloss black or silver window surrounds. Rear privacy glass does come standard. And then taking a look at the side mirrors, they are body colored or gloss black side mirrors, dependent upon the configuration you go with, of course. They are power adjustable, they are heated, and you do get LED integrated turn signals then as well. Then take a look down at the side skirts. This is something I always like to mention no matter which SUV I'm looking at. There are body colored fender surrounds and body colored side skirts. That's something that's very rare even on luxury SUVs, so I do like the body colored accents there. And then take a look down at the wheel setup. 18-inch double 5-spoke alloys with the core trim level, 19-inch diamond cut alloys for the Plus, and then 20-inch diamond cut alloys for our Ultra that we have with us here today. But that pretty much rounds out the side profile. Let's now go ahead and swing around to the back. All right, so now since we are around to the back of the XC60, all the way to the top, we will find a body colored shark fin antenna. Just below that, rear spoiler with an integrated brake light. You got the rear window wiper affixed to the rear glass back there. There has been a subtle darkening of the LED taillights. I didn't know if you guys noticed that or not, but I can definitely tell. So they are a little bit darker than last year's model. Got the Volvo lettering spelled out horizontally, of course, and then just below it all, you will find dual exhaust outlets. They are tucked away. So having said that, I do believe you guys know what we have to do next here. As always, here is that exhaust clip. Alright, so now since we are around to the back of the XC60, when it comes to opening that rear liftgate, it is actually a hands-free power liftgate for all trim levels across the board, so you got to appreciate that. There is a button on the key fob, there's a button on the liftgate itself, of course, as well. But once opened up, cargo capacity behind that second row comes in at 22.4 cubic feet. If that was not enough space, of course, the second row does fold down, bumping that up to 63.3 cubic feet then. There is some cargo lighting back there. There's grocery bag hooks on both sides of the cargo area. There's tie-down anchors. You got a first aid kit in typical Volvo fashion. Always appreciate that. 12-volt power outlet back there. You got a cargo cover, and then if you were to lift up underneath of that cargo floor, you will find a spare tire, which I always prefer over the fixed flat. But then make your way up to the rear legroom. That is going to come in at 38 inches even. For reference, I'm an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I had in the back seats there. Rear ventilation, of course, does come standard. You get a rear center armrest with cup holders, dual rear USB charging ports, and then heated rear seats are going to be available. But then making our way up to the front seats, leather seating for the Plus and Ultra trim levels. Power adjustable front seats do come standard. Heated front seats actually do come standard then as well. Ventilated front seats are going to come with the Ultra trim level, power adjustable passenger seat with that Ultra trim level as well. My favorite part about the seats though has got to be the flag of Sweden found on the passenger seat. That's something that Volvo does for all of their models. I think that's stinking cool. Overall, as far as seat comfort goes, it was okay. Not the very most comfortable seats because there is an awkward pressure point going right across the middle there that doesn't make it the most comfortable seats. Typically what you want to look for if you're looking for seat comfort are the vertical seams because they eliminate the awkward pressure points more or less. But anyways, it was okay. It got the job done. But then take a look at the steering wheel. It is tilt and telescoping. It is going to be leather wrapped. I love the two-tone steering wheel. I think that looks stinking cool. And then it's going to be heated. That does come standard as well. And I feel like the center logo here didn't used to be finished in kind of like with the silver perimeter and the center of the Volvo logo being filled in with that color of the steering wheel. I feel like the steering wheel is a little bit different for 2026, but anyways, maybe I'm just going insane. But let's now go ahead and make our way to the startup. Let me start by showing you guys the key here. You got your Volvo logo on the one side, but then all of your buttons are on the side of the key. You got lock, unlock, and the button to pop the rear liftgate there, but it is all keyless entry with a turn knob start. So all I'm going to do here is simply put my foot on the brake and turn this knob to the right to start it. You also turn the knob to the right to stop it. The easy way to remember that is you cannot turn it to the left. So it's pretty self-explanatory there, but once started up, there is a 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster, and Volvo always does a really good job with this. So you got your digital speedometer all the way to your left, tachometer is on your right, but the Google Maps is front and center, and that's what looks the best. Love that. You got how many miles you have left until you hit empty. There's outside temperature all the way to the top. So as always, Volvo did a really good job with the digital gauge cluster here. But now let's go ahead and make our way to overall interior quality. A panoramic sunroof actually does come standard for all trim levels. You gotta love that. Frameless rear view mirror with HomeLink controls. Show up to 3 different garage doors found in the bottom portion of the rear view mirror. That also comes standard. 4-zone climate control is going to come with the Ultra, so the rear passengers can actually set their own individual temperatures as well. But then dual zone climate control for the Core and the Plus. You're going to find some matte wood trim, and this is probably the lightest color wood trim I think I've ever seen in my life. Found just below the infotainment screen, just above the passenger side glove box. It is very light color wood trim there, but it's pretty cool. Now here's the big change for me though, the wireless phone charger. I don't know if they had one before, I don't remember seeing one, but if anything, they changed the placement at minimum, but that's located just in front of the shifter where it should be. So I absolutely love that. They actually have a wireless phone charger you can use now, so I like that. Crystal shifter by Orfors, which is a glass company based in Sweden. Huge fan of that. And by the way, the shifter is backlit, so if you take this thing through a car wash or drive it at night, that's going to illuminate that crystal glass shifter at night. So one of the best parts about this vehicle. But just to the right of that, you got your cup holders, electromechanical parking brake. Everything surrounding the shifter and cup holders is finished in the gloss black. That looks really good. Then within the center armrest, you have this nice felt-like finish. Big fan of that. A couple more USB charging ports in there as well, but a lot of really soft touch materials found on the doors. You have aluminum speaker covers for the Harman Kardon sound system. This thing is just done right. I love the LED interior lighting here too. It's just one touch. So anyways, let's now go ahead and take a look at the infotainment screen, because this is one of the big changes for this year. So last year they had a 9-inch color touchscreen display, but this year it's an 11.2-inch touchscreen display. So it has grown in size pretty substantially. Bluetooth and audio streaming up there, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Factory navigation system, of course, coming standard. You got climate control settings up there. You got your air quality info, believe it or not. You can adjust your drive modes up there as well. There's YouTube. If you wanted to watch my YouTube channel up there, you can do that. And of course, your radio information up there as well. So when it comes to the sound systems, there is your standard sound system coming with the Core and the Plus, but then there's the 14-speaker Harman Kardon sound system coming with the Ultra. Now, I remember testing out the standard sound system last year, and I remember this for some reason. It wasn't that loud. Like, I had it nearly turned all the way up, and the sound just wasn't coming out. So we do have the 14-speaker Harman Kardon sound system, so let's go ahead and turn on the radio, see what we got playing today, and let's test out the clarity of this one. Yeah, that's really good. There's a ton of bass with that sound system, plenty of clarity as well. Like, That's just a brilliant sound system for the XC60 here. I was a big fan of that. But last thing I wanted to mention to you guys on that infotainment screen is when you do put the XC60 in reverse, you will find a rear view camera coming standard across the board. You also get that 360-degree monitor there to the upper part of that screen as well, which is always going to lead us into safety. And so starting with the best part, the XC60 is an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus, which is the very highest rating given by IIHS in typical Volvo fashion there. Front side current airbags do come standard. You get a driver's knee airbag up front as well. In the back, you got latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats, rear child door locks, tire pressure monitoring system, but also coming standard. Blind spot monitoring system with rear cross traffic alert, autonomous emergency braking, collision avoidance assist with pedestrian, cyclist, and large animal detection and moose detection. Driver attention monitoring system, lane departure warning, lane keep assist, rear parking sensors, and runoff road mitigation then as well. So overall, when it comes to my final thoughts, the XC60 is absolutely brilliant when it comes to safety still. You can't beat an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. I like the refreshes that they did for this one as well. I like the new color options. You guys can check out Volvo's website for that. I like the reworked front grille. Absolutely love the interior quality though. Love the wood trim. My favorite part is the crystal shifter, aluminum speaker covers. Those are the big three that always mean a lot to me. Digital gauges are great as well. And my critique last year about this one was the no wireless phone charger. They got that now too, so well done Volvo for that. That's about it for this one, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to follow me on social media stuff if you wanted to see what's coming next on the channel before it gets to YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe and the bell notification button if you're into new car reviews, and I will see you guys all in the next video.